Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bispiration Top 5. I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope things are going well for you. Thank you so much for tuning back in to watch another one of our episodes. We want to bring to you content, videos that are inspiring, that are informational. And if you find information that you are that's useful to you, please share our videos. We ask that you subscribe and like and leave us a comment. And we want you to stay connected. We are building a community. We want entrepreneurs and leaders we want to save entrepreneurs and leaders time and energy so that you can focus on your work and be inspired as you're working. So we're helping to curate information for you that's going to help you grow and to challenge you and hopefully challenge you to think differently and act on those things that you know that you are called to do. So each week I look for inspiration for these conversations, for these top 5 videos. And so my inspiration for this top 5 was from a visit to a local coffee shop, actually. And my husband and I were at the coffee shop and we were looking at the process that they went through to create this Ethiopian coffee that tastes amazing, by the way. So the coffee shop also had a library of books from local authors. And there was a sign that I was drawn to that said, "Write your own story." And it reminded me about the power of writing and the power of words. Today's top 5 is 5 ways to level up your blog and your business writing. Now, you may say, I have no interest in becoming an author, but everybody writes as a form of communication, whether you're writing an email, whether you're writing a Facebook post, and some of you actually are bloggers. I hope you continue to listen in and find a tip or two that you can use in your everyday writing. So let's get to the first tip. Tip number 1, keep it simple. When you're writing, you want to get directly to the message, especially if you're writing a blog or an email communication. You want to be concise in your writing because you can easily lose people. I think the average attention span is like 3 to 5 seconds. So you want to make sure that your message comes across quickly in your writing and in your posting because you want to keep people attentive to the message that you want to share with them. Tip number 2, keep it warm. I think gone are the days of this corporate spirit around communication, this corporate speak per se. We know that you might be, blogging now has become a business and, entrepreneurship, there is a lot of communication in entrepreneurship. So people know that you are in business, but you want to keep your communication warm because really the goal is to create a connection between you and your customers or between you and your audience. So when you're writing, make sure that you imagine a particular target person, a particular targeted client, a particular targeted audience member in your head. Imagine that you're speaking directly to them, and that's a better way to keep them connected because they feel that you are speaking directly to them through your writing. Tip number 3. Even though it's warm, you want to keep it professional. There are so many emails and especially posts, social media posts that have so many errors in it as far as proofreading and as far as grammatical errors. Take the time to reread what it is you're writing. Read it out loud because oftentimes you will omit words in your head and you don't realize that you've omitted them on paper. So take the time to read it out loud. Make sure you're checking your spelling because it's nothing worse than, presenting yourself across a professional platform and you have errors in your writing. Now, again, it's become more accepted. It is more common because I have seen, professionally produced publications that have grammatical errors or spelling errors. And I mean, let's face it, we all do it. But I am just suggesting that you make a concerted effort to double check, to proofread before you put your writing out for the public. Number 4, keep it fun. Yes, we want to hear your message, but maybe incorporate some quotes that will enhance the message that you have. You can also incorporate short stories or anecdotes that you've heard people share, short little stories that also add to your message. So yes, it's about you, but find fun ways to incorporate maybe tips that we don't know or statistics that might be interesting to enhance your message. And number 5, use your voice. So yes, even though you're writing, you still have a voice in your writing. And your voice refers to your personality that comes through in the writing that you do. I ran across an article on medium.com. The article talks about different writing voices, and I'm going to add the link in the description if you want to read the article for yourself and see all of the examples of voice that are listed in the article. But I'm just going to share a few that stood out to me. So the first example is to use your regular speaking voice. I tend to write like that. I imagine that I am speaking directly to my audience if I'm writing a blog post or if I'm writing a Facebook or social media post. I imagine that I am speaking directly to the person. I tend to write in my speaking voice, and that's appropriate depending on the audience. The other voice that he talks about is the overly descriptive, pompous voice. And I know we've all seen those articles where you're using these big vocabulary words that people can't connect to. It sounds very scientific. It sounds very methodical, what you're writing about. And that is appropriate for certain outlets. If you're doing technical writing, that is an appropriate voice. But if you're just sharing, a social media post about how your week was going, your highs and lows of your week, you might not want to use that voice. The inspirational voice. And I like the example that he uses in the article. The subject that he writes about is milk. And I'm going to share the quote that he shares in his article as an example of using the inspirational voice. Start your day by drinking milk. It is a small pleasure that prepares you to be a pleasure to others. So yes, he's talking about drinking milk, but he's really talking about how drinking milk can inspire others through your actions. He also lists the promotional voice. And I'll go back to his milk example. I often drink milk. In fact, I need some now. Milk is great. If you enjoy milk, you will enjoy my milk blog. The web address is. So when you're using promotional voice, yes, you're speaking to the content, but you're also incorporating those leads that can guide your audience or your readers to your website or your social media platform so that they can continue to follow up with whatever action you're wanting them to take, whether it's buying a product for you or attending your event or reading more of your content. So as I said, I will list the link in the description where you can see a few more of his examples. So for those of you that are thinking about starting a blog and that do a lot of writing as a form of communication to your customers, your clients, or your followers, please remember these tips. They're only going to make you stronger. They're only going to make your audience want to connect to you on a deeper level and enjoy your writing. Thanks for watching. I hope you found information that was valuable to you. Leave us a comment. Help us to know what was helpful to you this week. Check out our website, bitspiration.com, for more resources, information, and events. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you again soon.